This is Declan McGonigal with the My Beach Business Podcast, where we talk with local business owners and investors on a variety of subjects. I hope you enjoy the show, and thanks for listening. All right, episode 7, baby. We're keeping it going. We got a good amount of momentum here. And today I got Josh DERRICK.
Yeah,
from
up,
with BRG Real Estate.
Happy
Josh,
to be here.
Yeah, man. Tell them thanks for coming on. Tell them a little bit about like your background and what you do.
Yeah, of course. So I was actually born and raised in North Myrtle Beach area. Lived here my entire life.
Nice.
So father, he was in real estate for over 35 years. And then I was in school. Yeah. Well, my sister was in real estate. She started about 7 years ago.
Gotcha.
And she was doing really well for herself. She decided, let's start a team. So as soon as I got out of school, started with her. We've got this team going now right there on Main Street, North Myrtle Beach.
Dude,
we love it.
Killing it, man. Killing it. I see you guys always got listings going, always got open houses going, man. You guys are always doing good. And how old are you?
So I'm 26.
26, and your sister's?
She's 32. So we're 6 years apart.
Gotcha.
But it's a good dynamic, she's got a lot of knowledge brought to the game, helped me out whenever I first started. So
absolutely,
that's really great, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we actually we went to school together. So
yeah, Myrtle Beach. Shout out Seahawks, baby. Listen, I know North Myrtle talks about they got the education side down, but dude, the sports side, we kill them. We kill them.
State championships back to back.
My God, football, man. We're probably one of the best. I would say we were one of the best high school teams in the state for a good while. Like from that Everett Golson run to kind of the like 2017, 2018. Really, I would say Everett Golson to like Luke Doty. That was the run. The run.
Killing it. Now Luke's up at South Carolina, man.
Luke's up at South Carolina. He's transitioned to receiver. He's killing it. So might get some opportunity at quarterback this year. But yeah, dude, we've great town, great people. We've had great friends. So
I love it.
That's
man.
awesome. So tell me a little bit about. I think we're gonna do probably a little bit of a tandem here. This will be a switch up on the episode. But tell me about kind of like the relationship between you and your sister and kind of like what you both bring to the table, because I think what you were alluding to is like she's got some stuff that she's great at and you've got some stuff that you're great at.
Yeah, definitely. So she's really heavy on the marketing side of everything, and also she's just a listing machine. So she brings a lot of knowledge to the game. She was able to help me out early into my career. We just kind of got that good dynamic where she's a little bit older. So I understand, listen to what she says, and we rock and roll with it. Luckily, we've been able to be the top producers in our company, BRG Real Estate. So we're fortunate for it. A lot of us is just a lot of mindset.
Right.
Setting your mindset right is going to be able to propel you to the next level of success.
Absolutely, dude. It's all mindset, right? It's all dude, we were talking about morning routines not too long ago. It's getting that morning routine, having the discipline, right? Having that like consistency to it, especially in real estate. Like I feel like real estate is just one of those industries where you got to have checklist. You got to have something that you're doing on a consistent basis.
Definitely.
Otherwise, you're just going to tank down with listings and whatnot.
Yeah, and a big thing for us, is we preach to our team members to stick to your Google Calendar. Fill out that Google Calendar as much as you can.
That's good.
The more that it's blocked out and the more that you know what you're doing with your time, the more successful you're going to be.
That's a good point. I'm going to implement that because I do the Google Calendar. That was one thing I was terrible with coming out of college was organization.
Yeah.
Now I do the Google Calendar.
Nice.
I've got to get my team on it as well. Getting them to do that. That's a good idea. That's a good thing to implement.
Yeah, no, it's awesome though because I'll be on a call with a client talking with them, and if they say, hey, I'll be in town in 3 months, boom, pull out my Google Calendar, put it in there, reminder, get back in touch with them. So it's really useful,
Oh yeah,
especially in our day and age.
You need those reminders, man. There's so much going on, so many different things. It's good to have those reminders. So what got you into it? Like what was the draw to real estate?
Real estate. So while I was actually I went to Coastal Carolina for a little bit. I was up there, and my sister and I were just talking, and she had a really big vision for us, for the team and everything. And I said, you know what, I'll try it. Didn't really expect it to turn out like this, but first year had the same struggles that your normal agent does, but then I kind of analyzed myself. It's all about data, analytics, and just, making sure you're staying on top of your numbers to continue to propel yourself to the next level, So we really just focus on our numbers, staying on top of them, and just seeing how we can continue to excel to the next level.
Absolutely. And how many people are on your team now?
So we have a total of 6 agents on our team.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
man,
awesome.
It was awesome. We closed out at $33 million this year for our team.
Holy cow.
Around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you started, was it just you and your sister? Or did she already have a little bit of a team? And
so she had 2 agents on the team and
Gotcha.
stuff. We've gone through some transitions, but now we've got a really good team of agents that we like, same mindset. And, we're just ready to get after it because we like to go after it every single day and stuff.
It's good energy.
It's definitely tough, though. I mean, as you know, you're running a successful company around here in the area. Now, how long have you guys been in operation?
Dude, so we've been around for basically 2 years, approaching 2 years.
Yeah.
And dude, a ton of learning. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah. Because that's, I had what I thought was going to be kind of my dream job coming out of college. I had an internship doing something with the government. I thought it was going to be super cool. Didn't turn out to be my thing. So I basically came out right after college and got into kind of the property management world.
Yeah.
So kind of similar in that sense. And dude, it's just learning. Everything. Nonstop.
Yeah.
And I love it, but it can be overwhelming at times.
Definitely.
But it's all good. Like you said, you reflect. In the studio, we got Remy today, and he was actually early on after that first year. I thought I was going to tap out. I was like, dude, this is not working. Like slow. We had maybe grew like from 2 to 6 rentals. I was dude, this can't really be a business. Like I can't. This marketing, it's just not for me. Luckily, Remy talked me back in, kind of saved me on it. Stuck with it, figured out, like you said, dive into. All right, what's helping us grow? Like what do I need to do daily, weekly, quarterly to get to where I want to be? And we dove into that, and then this kind of my second year basically here in 2023, and dude, it was a great year, man.
That's
great
awesome.
Year. Yeah.
I love to hear it. Yeah, so you guys are true locals. I mean, went to high school down here. We love to see that. Now, what's kind of unique about your company that you would say puts you at an edge to the competitor? Yeah, absolutely. I think it's 2 things. I think one, on the communication side, it's a relationship business. I mean, anything in real estate, relationship, especially in this town, it's just one of those like tight-knit communities. So a lot of our clients obviously don't live here locally. They live in Arizona, Ohio, right? And they hand over their home to us and let us manage it. And the big thing with that is they want great communication. They want great transparency. And one thing I've learned is this is not true on the real estate side, but on the property management side it is. Answering the phone is a skill. Yeah. That is an absolute skill around here. It sounds so goofy, and it's once you're in it, like you do get a lot of phone calls, you do get quite busy, but you got to answer the phone. You got to have great transparency, clear communication. So that's one thing I think we do fantastically well. I don't think we're at a point now where we're definitely not overwhelmed with the amount of homes we manage. So we try to do a great job on that end with both the homeowner and the guest. It's important on both sides. And then I think the other aspect is that I don't want to sound like too kind of young and stubborn, but I feel like the property management world has definitely changed a lot in the sense of like you really have to implement these kind of new age revenue management strategies with having stuff like dynamic pricing where you don't just set a seasonal rate, right? You look at the calendar and it's a different price for every day. And then there's all this different tech out there. The marketing side has got super competitive. So just kind of introducing these new technologies and new ideas, I think is also an advantage or something different we do, especially in a kind of legacy market, as they call it, like North Myrtle Beach is. Yeah. No, I love that too. And that's really important too about the dynamic pricing strategy. Because I mean, down here on July 4th, you're not going to find anywhere.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no. And you got it. And that's one of the biggest things I've learned is people. We're in the off season right now, so like here for context, October to February can be really slow for rentals, right? For guests coming down. We're a beach destination. It's cold. No one's going to the water unless you're doing a cold plunge. So it's like not as many people are coming down here, and a lot of people kind of get distracted with that. And I see that a lot with folks that self-manage. Is that they overprice in the off season and they underprice in season. And what you want to be careful with there is that off season, let's just take like a 2-bedroom oceanfront condo. You might make, if you're having a decent month, you might make $1,000 a month in the off season, right? In those October to February months. Come July, you could make $15,000. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So the big thing, like you were saying with 4th of July, that's your best weekend. You really want to make sure, it's super important for my clients so that we hit their goals, is to make sure we hit on the pricing in the summer months. Because a 10% difference in July could be $1,500, a 10% difference in December could be $100.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's it's absolutely a necessity in my opinion. I think you have to do it.
I love it, man. That's awesome. That's great information too. So now, at my side, I work with a lot of investors, a lot of people. Some people are just first time looking. What would you recommend if somebody looking for their first time investment? They don't know if maybe a condo would be better or a home would be better. Yeah. What would you recommend?
Yeah, I think if you're looking at I think if you're getting into rentals for the first time, I think maybe looking at long-term rentals is a great opportunity. I think I think that whole process is just a little bit simpler. I think it's a great way to learn and kind of. If you're whether you're looking to get a property manager or do it all yourself, I think learning how to delegate and hire contractors is like an underrated skill. Definitely. I think a lot of people get into it and they want to do everything to save money, but I think you have to learn, especially if you want to scale and you're serious about investments, you have to learn about how to, let the fence guy go fix the fencing. Yep. Let the plumber go fix the plumbing, right? It's a little bit more expensive at the beginning, but it's scalable. You can't go fix everything, right? I would probably start there. If you're getting into short-term rentals, it is definitely more of a business, right? Like we pay our cleaners weekly. We pay, we typically, I tell homeowners one of the biggest things you can do is just monitor the competition because everyone's always upgrading their home, put new stuff in, trying to attract different guests. So, if you're behind it for a year or two, you can kind of get lost in the dust and have a really bad year. So it's a little bit more of a business. I would say go with a condo. Yeah. Homes can have a lot more like liability and kind of different problems, whereas a condo, they take care of a lot of the exterior stuff.
Yeah,
so
that's a great point. I love the condos because the HOAs are going to include almost all of your utilities, your water bill, cable bill, internet access, pest control, your pool service, elevator service. I mean, it's really nice. Yeah. And the insurance on the building if a hurricane comes through most of the time,
you got the HOA there to take care of you as well. I know there's some HOAs that when a hurricane's coming in, they're kind of there, they'll go move furniture inside for you. Yeah. So it's definitely, I like the condo route.
No, that's awesome, man. Yeah. So now you guys are a total property management company. Mm-hmm. You guys are a luxury property management company. Mm-hmm. You guys have been starting to make a name for yourself down here in the area, which we love to see, man.
Yeah, man.
I love to see hometown.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah,
so what all do you guys entail? Now, some people couldn't know, what a property manager totally does. Yeah. So everything about the operation of your company, kind of explain that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think about it a lot because you say property manager and people either zone out because they get bored immediately or they're like, what the heck do you do? What do you even do anything? Yeah. So in my view, as a property manager for short-term rental specifically, is it's my goal to maximize your revenue and kind of minimize your expenses. Yeah. And ultimately, the big thing is maximizing your time. So when you hand over something to us, we do everything. So you hand us over a short-term rental property. All you're going to have to do is pay the property taxes. Like I said, stay on top of the competition, monitor. And then if there's any specific renovations you want to get done, typically the homeowner wants to lead that because they've got certain design tastes, right? Everything else from the guest marketing to the guest service when they arrive to inspections. So we do inspections before guests come, and then we can do some minor maintenance stuff. If it's something we can't handle or it's out of our domain, we'll get a contractor and have them come fix it. And then accounting each month. So there's a lot there, but if you just think about that whole process of making a property money, right? Listing it on Airbnb, VRBO, the DERRICK website, hosting guests, and then organizing all the accounting side of it, we handle all that.
I love it. And the big part of that is, the inspection before the guests come in, that quality control, that's
Absolutely.
a good, that's important. Sometimes the guest, I feel like the cleaning part is sometimes the toughest part of it, just getting good cleaners. But
it can be. It's something, it's kind of, I feel like people debated a bunch whether you really need an inspection after a clean. In my opinion, the cleaners at least the girls we use, they do a great job cleaning the property.
Love to hear that.
They will get it clean. But they don't necessarily catch something that maybe the guest broke or maybe something that was stolen, right? Or maybe they don't stage the pillows, right? We got a philosophy that when a guest comes in, we want them to feel like they're the first guest that stays there, right? And there's a lot that goes into that, a lot of first impression stuff. So I think having us go in after the cleaner, like when I said it kind of gives you peace of mind because you don't have to worry about stuff that's stolen or broken. But two, it ensures we get that 5-star review, right? Reviews are so important. You have to get them. You have to get good ones.
I love it, man. Yeah. That is awesome. That is awesome. So now your office is based here in North Myrtle Beach area. Yeah. Love it. Born and raised here. Now, do you guys only focus on North Myrtle Beach? Do you go along the entire Grand Strand?
Yeah. So I think we focus in. Really, I say we focus in North Myrtle. Yeah. We also do some stuff kind of on the north end of Myrtle Beach. But one thing I've learned, because we do those inspections and because we're a lot more hands-on and hit the properties, have a lot of touch points on them, we got to be tight. Like, you can waste so much time driving around. Myrtle Beach, the Grand Strand, is pretty big.
It is.
And I love Surfside. I love Myrtle's Inlet. They've got some beautiful properties down there. I love that market. But it's just too far for us right now. So I really like to say we focus kind of on North Myrtle Beach and the north end of Myrtle Beach, maybe Arcadian Shores area. And we do well with that. I like keeping it tight.
That's awesome. No, yeah, it's good. I mean, it's good. Good quality control is really big for this company, which you love to hear, especially if you got people coming in every single week and it's units. It's really tough.
There's a lot of operational work that goes into it, and it's a consistency game, man. It's not. I tell people when I'm on sales calls with them, I'm like, it's not rocket science. Like, what we do is not super complicated. Yeah. Will it take time for you to learn? Yes. Does it take time for you to also stay on top of new developments and what's going on in innovation? Absolutely. But what we do at its core is not overly complicated, but it has to be consistent. People are coming on vacation, man. Yeah. That's a pretty big responsibility. Oh yeah. You don't think about it, but these Myrtle Beach isn't a I wouldn't say it's like a luxury market. We don't have kind of the guest traveler demographic isn't a super wealthy individual that has 6 vacations a year. It's a lot of hardworking, mom and pop families that come here, and they might have 1 or 2 of these a year.
Yeah, they save up. They're looking forward to the return of the year after year vacation.
Exactly. Yeah, it's something people come back to, right? Yeah. And you got to get it right for them. You got to get it right. It's a big responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, the last thing, like you said, the last thing people want to be worried about is their room. Yeah, where they're going to sleep their heads every night. So.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, and there's a lot here. There's a lot to conquer, but I think, like you said, quality over quantity is the way to go. We don't want to be massive, right? This is not a numbers game for us. There's absolutely a void in my opinion, in quality, and I think we're trying to fill that.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's awesome too. Yeah. Whenever you focus on that quality aspect of it, you're going to grow the right way in your business.
Absolutely, and it kind of goes back to, like you were talking about, your sister Adriana kind of had the vision, right? Yeah. She's you got to get very, and that's one thing I've learned is you got to get very clear on like what you want, what you're going after. Do you guys kind of have like a vision on like properties you want to list or the clientele you want to work with? Like, how does that?
Yeah, definitely. So we do a lot of cold calls. The majority, my sister and I like to focus on listings, and how we get most of our listing is just cold calls. Yeah. We take a different approach to it. We don't want them to list right now. I mean, obviously if they do, that's awesome. Yeah. But what our main goal is, we want to be here for them, for the next 10 years. Right. We want to be their agent, where if they have a question about local contractors, gardeners, anything that we can help in that aspect. If it's a second house and we need to come and check in on it while a storm's coming, we want to be their agent to go and do that. Absolutely. So we like building the relationships, like you spoke earlier in this podcast. Relationships are the best, Whenever you can build that relationship, it furthermore is your progression.
Do you guys get a lot of like referral business? Is there a lot of...
we like to stay with our realtor partners. There's a lot of Facebook groups out there, but a lot of repeat business as well is where you focus on. Once you're into the business for about 2+ years, you start getting that repeat business. But as long as you treat the client like family, you basically want to make them have to use you, that you make them think that there is no other agent that's better. Yeah. You're the most informative, you're the most hardest working, but to do that, you've got to do stuff on the back end, like we were talking about, Always study, always be preparing, always learning for the next one. So
yeah, I heard someone put it like you want to make that client feel like they're the only client you have.
Oh yeah.
Right? Do you guys try to emulate that as well?
Definitely. I mean, each client's different, each personality is different. You just got to take that person and you have to mimic their personality and figure out, how to become their best friend. Yeah. So, you definitely want to make them feel like family, because, if you're feeling like family and you're dealing a business deal with someone with family, it's going to be the best business deal you ever had.
It's a lot more comfortable. And I feel like they also, I've definitely noticed that too, where I feel like I have really good relationships with some homeowners where I've got to perform. Everyone's got to perform, but you also feel like they're not necessarily thinking about like leaving you or going to another agent. They're just focused on how can we have a successful partnership
and grow together.
Grow together,
and
right?
it's awesome, right? Because you know you can be honest with them. You know, you guys are up in your third year now, which is awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are building still.
Yeah.
But hey, you're going to give him your utmost people. You're going to give him your most, attention to detail, which is awesome.
And you want to work hard for those people.
Yeah.
You know, you definitely appreciate the clients that are like a joy to work with. You know?
Definitely.
You appreciate those that aren't as much, but it's, it just comes with the business. But.
And everything's a learning experience too, you know? And as you grow, you learn who you want to work with, who you don't want to work with, and you can typically tell, after spending about 5 minutes with them, if you think it's going to be a good fit for you or if it's not.
Right.
And as a professional, a salesperson, business person, you just have to know if it's going to be a good relationship or not.
Right.
Because at the end of the deal, at the end of the day, if you're not going to get a good relationship or it's not going to be a good deal, you really don't even need to take that client.
Yeah. Yeah. How clear do you guys get on, like, how do you guys like turn clients down? Do you kind of take who comes? Is it, because that's one thing, like I'm asking this selfishly, because that's one thing I'm trying to build out is like, what is the ideal client? What are the questions I need to ask to figure out who this person is and figure out if we're going to be a good match?
Yeah. So we're big on scripts. So our team meets every single week. We meet every single Wednesday, and we like to go over scripts with the team. Just it's a good way to warm up and stay on top of everything as well. So we've got a good, like 5 questions, which I'd love to share with you about the perfect type of client. We just kind of talk to the client and see what their goals are, how we can help them achieve it, and if we're a good fit for them at the end of the day, then we're going to go to battle, we're going to go into this journey, and we're going to find them the perfect property.
Absolutely. Is it kind of the same thing with your team right now? Are you looking to grow your team, or are you just looking for only people that are like a good match?
Yeah, no. So we grow our team selectively. We're always looking for new agents, but we want agents who are like-minded like us. They're going to put in the same amount of work of us, and we can grow together again.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Which it's easier to build with like-minded people at the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
So.
It also feels good, man.
Yeah.
Like when you have a good like community or a good team, it's. You grew up with sports. I grew up with sports, man.
Yeah.
I think about it all the time. Like when I'm thinking about, people use the word employee. I like using team, right? Because that's a team member. They're not an employee. They're not this, that, the other. We're a team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was talking with someone the other day, and we were talking about like sometimes people get the mentality of it's like even if they're on the same company or group, they're like it's them versus them.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, dude, I've never felt that way because I come from soccer, man. We had 22 guys on the team, and we're all working together, man. I just want to win a state championship.
Yeah,
it didn't have. I wanted to play, but that was more like a selfish desire. Ultimately, I just wanted to win a championship.
Win it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to your point about having people that are like-minded, and positive, that's huge.
It's harder to stop a team with a bunch of like-minded individuals than it is with one person.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
It's easy to bounce ideas off of each other, and you just keep each other motivated and stuff.
Absolutely.
Back in October, I flew back out to Arizona.
Yeah, I was just about to ask about this.
Checked out Andy Elliott, man.
Dude, that's awesome.
It was insane. The amount of information I learned that weekend, it was remarkable.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'm sure it was a whole, like, I'm sure, one, you came back energized from that thing, like hell, right? But two, I bet it huge for your mindset and just how to be a beast.
Yeah,
right?
no, it's awesome. So a little bit about him. He was a car salesman. He was doing really well at it, and he just figured that he could become a sales leader and a sales trainer. So now he's traveling across the country. He's got a bunch of events going on. But I've always seen people like that. People online posting stuff like that. It's just something with him. I could see the passion through the phone.
Yeah,
and I could just he's leading the team, and he's going after it hard every single day.
Yeah.
And one thing that I like is that he preaches about you can have every aspect in life. So he's just not only business. He's big on his family. He's big on fitness. Yep. He's big on everything that you can achieve.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, it was just really one of the things that I opened up my mind. I was able to learn so much. Brought back an entire notebook full of notes.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm sure those things can be intimidating too, because he's an intense dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sure he's had people show up and think it's gonna be fun, rah rah, and then that he hits on them and they leave. You know what I mean? So I also commend you because going to do that, sometimes our ego overcomes really the truth, and you think you know everything.
Yeah.
But going with like an open mind to those things and learning and growing, dude, is huge. Not many people do that. Not many people do.
Yeah, I wanted to fly out there and see what it was all about, and it was worth every single penny. That's awesome. Just from the moment I walked in, learning experience, everything like that. He really preaches, what he does. Yeah. We got a couple workouts in with his team, so. Yeah. Awesome.
Holy cow, man!
Yeah,
That's incredible, dude. That's the way to go, man. I want to do something like that. I follow a guy that I know Andy Elliott has worked with. His name's Ryan Pineda.
Oh, nice.
Have you seen him?
Yeah.
I think we were talking about him one time.
Yeah.
But same thing. Like I love him because he's got a great mindset around. Call it balance, call it whatever you want, but it's not just business, right? You be great in your family and your faith and your fitness and your financials,
Amen.
like well-rounded, right?
Yes.
Be great in all those. And there's no reason you can't be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's absolutely no reason you can't be.
No, I completely agree. I mean, you literally have one life. You might as well do everything in your possible power to do what you want and create that life that you want to.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, yes, stuff can happen to your life, but at the end of the day, you're where you are because of your own mindset.
That's it. It's all mindset, dude. It's all mindset.
It's all mindset, and you just got to create visions. And, like we do, I'm really focusing on 90-day goals. That's another thing I learned from Andy. 90-day goals. So, like, definitely have year goals, but 90-day goals, you're able to achieve them. And once you can, check off a goal off of your checklist, it makes you feel so much better about yourself. And you're like, let's go tackle another one.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
like in real estate, just knock off a couple goals. Like I'm going to make this amount of calls. I'm going to get this many listings this week. Just whatever you can do.
Yeah. So 90-day goals. Give me an example. Like how do you record, track, and like what's an example of like a 90-day goal?
Yeah. So right now I've got 3 big ones. So one of them's in fitness. Well, my fitness one is I want to be able to bench 315 for reps.
Oh, nice.
But yeah,
There you go.
End of 90 days.
Yeah.
My second one's in business. For real estate, I want to have 20 listings added to my portfolio right now. Yeah. So I'm really working on that right now.
Yeah.
And then my third one is that I'm going to hold myself accountable, show up for myself every single day, and I'm really going to start going to church. I also want to do that Bible study that we were talking about.
Yeah,
I want to start focusing a lot more on God, spending time with Him. So those are my 3 90-day goals right now, man.
Yeah.
And then, like my yearly goals or how much my quota is for what I want to sell in real estate, where I want to be by the end of the year, and invest in more properties, things like that.
How do you track those? Is it like a daily thing for you every morning or every night?
Yeah, every night I like to reflect, on what I did throughout the day, what I can do to do better. Because I mean, at every night you have to just prepare for the next day.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Your morning starts the night before.
Yeah.
So if you can prepare the night before and you have an eager plan of what you want to accomplish that day, you can wake up, not even have to think about it, go after and get it.
Yeah.
But if you're going to wake up and you're just, oh man, what do I need to do today?
Yeah.
Who do I need to call? Stuff like that. So if you can have, a sheet of hot leads, your top 25 hot leads, then you have another sheet of leads that are thinking about it, but you need to check in with them a little bit later.
Yeah.
Luckily nowadays, everything's a CRM. So we use a great CRM. It's called Conversion. It reminds us to call, sends out automatic emails, and we just can follow up easily. Like as soon as I send you my website link, I can see every property that you're looking at in real time.
Wow.
Yeah. So on the back end, it's got really nice things like that. Came a long way. Whenever my dad started, there was just a real estate book.
Yeah.
Insane, man.
And probably, I mean, how would he keep track of everything? Notebook or?
Oh yeah, paper.
Just pen and paper, right?
Yeah,
dude, that's crazy. Because, dude, the CRMs, man, that is just such a competitive industry and so innovative that they kill it with what they can do. I mean, it's a little simpler on our end. We use Follow Up Boss.
Nice.
And it's I definitely don't need to go as in depth as you guys do on stuff. So I keep it more for like simpler stuff.
Awesome.
But dude, they can do so much now,
it is.
man.
It's crazy how they can capture people's information.
Yeah.
Like you can create a website link to post on Facebook, and after they look at it, 2 times, then it automatically grabs their information.
Oh, wow.
So
holy cow, I did not know that. Yeah,
it's pretty insane. Technology nowadays, man.
Technology's crazy, dude. Technology's crazy. What about social media? What are you trying to do on social media? Are you trying to grow that? Do you think that's a good marketing channel for you? Do you think it's untapped?
I do. I mean, I think it's starting to get more tapped into, but I mean, at the end of the day, there's always going to be way more people on their phones watching than there are going to be people producing content.
Right.
And I think if you can produce quality content about the area, help people answer their questions, things like that, I think that it will definitely, propel.
Yeah.
Now, myself, I am focusing more on content this year. That's one of my goals for the year. Now, so far, I'm trying to focus on posting about 2 videos a week right now. One educational, one more about fitness, things like that, just my passions in life. But I also want to get into it more, what we do as a realtor, everything like that.
Yeah. And it's interesting. Realtors definitely do it more. I'm not going to say better, but they do it more than any other industry.
Definitely.
How do you think? How do you kind of distinguish yourself from the realtor crowd? Is it Is it like focusing on a good mix of content on the town, right? Because that's kind of what draws people in, and then focusing on like what makes you unique and kind of what you're into, your interests.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you also want to build a personal brand, and at the end of the day, that's what's going to bring people attention to you. But I also want to, let people explore about our town, different areas about our town. Like, for instance, North Myrtle Beach, you know how it's got the Windy Hill, Crescent, Ocean Drive. Those all used to be their own little towns before North Myrtle Beach.
Oh, wow.
And then they all incorporated to North Myrtle Beach now.
Oh, holy cow.
Yeah, so it's just like North Myrtle Beach has a lot of history down there on Main Street.
Oh, yeah.
Like every Thursday, they turn off the street, and they only allow golf carts for free concerts during the summer. So,
yeah, they got a lot of cool things going on. This dude, we were just talking to somebody. This Friday, they got a shagging with the stars.
Yeah,
little shag event. But yeah, it's cool, man, because, and I feel like it's actually getting better. In my opinion, just from like understanding the history, I feel like Myrtle Beach had this cool, like back in the 80s, just a great vibe, great like culture, great, very, very positive, a lot of stuff going on. And then I feel like it dipped for a little bit, and you lose like the pavilion and some different areas. And now I feel like it's a little bit back on the rise, like, but in a different way. Like more industries are starting to come in, more people, younger folks I feel like are starting to come in here more, which I think is all good.
I completely agree. Yeah, I mean, it's great to see it. Eventually I think within the next 20, 30 years, it's going to be like a Miami as far as, busy-wise and things like that. I mean, we're building every single day. Myrtle Beach is always at the top of the charts, people moving to, vacation to. Yeah. I mean, right now we're the lowest vacation spot on the East Coast. So
really?
Most family affordable vacation spot on the East Coast.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds about right. That's what I always tell people. The AAA, it's got attractions, affordability, and accessibility. Way more accessible than Florida. Yep. Way more affordable than Florida. And dude, like every quarter, I feel like we got some new big attraction coming. Yeah. We got that Pop Stroke. Have you seen that? Are you into golf?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. They got this Pop Stroke. It's kind of like Top Golf, but it's it's owned by Tiger Woods, and it's a mini golf concept.
Oh, that's awesome.
So like they got restaurant, bar, serving drinks and food, and then right out in front, it kind of overlooks this cool little putt area.
That's awesome.
And then we've just got so many cool things coming.
Yeah. No, I mean golf is huge here, so people just love coming into town, and it's great too because if you don't want an oceanfront investment, you can get an investment on a golf course. Like Barefoot Landing, for instance.
Barefoot's good.
They still do great. Nice property values. You can get a 2-bedroom overlooking the golf course.
And they got those cool cottages, cottages, tiny homes, whatever you want to call them. I think they're pretty cool, and I think they do great on the investment side. So you said you're looking at doing more investments. So what's your kind of strategy? What are you looking to do?
Yeah, so right now I've got a couple buy and holds, that we rent out long term. Nice. I do want to get into the short-term investment condos. My sister and I were talking about purchasing one this year, just because the return on investment are really good with them.
Really good, absolutely, absolutely. What do you think enough realtors? I feel like not enough realtors get into like the.
I feel like they don't
world.
practice what they preach at all.
Yeah,
I love.
Why is that?
I really don't know. I don't know if they just get too accustomed to, the money and thinking that the money's always going to be here, because it's not. I don't always want to do real estate in my life, but I love it that it's a huge factor in my life right now. I'm using it as a tool to get into real estate and try to become a big-time investor in it. Now, I really don't know why some agents don't take advantage of it. I feel like some of them just get accustomed to the money, like I said, and just
they like getting it and spending it.
They like having all the flashy stuff, the big houses, all that stuff. But time will come. I love it that you and me are both young. How old are you?
25.
Nice, dude. 25. Yeah. So we're a year apart, and that's awesome. So,
dude, you're obviously doing great stuff, man, and it's all good, dude. It's growing it now before like 30. Like in my opinion, you don't even have to make a ton of money before 30. If you can, it's like bonus. But if you just become a skilled beast before 30, even after 30 is fine. But I'm just saying, if you can get it before 30. My gosh,
1%
you're set up for
1%
better every day. Focus on that mindset. Be around great people. Right. Like that's another huge thing. Having a good community.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
I mean it's tough. It's tough whenever you see a 12-year-old on TikTok making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But right. That's not everybody.
Dude, it's so fake. Yeah. There's people doing that. But it does seem like when you go on TikTok, there's millions of people making millions of bucks a year, and they're 12.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that can definitely discourage you and put you down sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, like you said, you just got to continue. The wealth of knowledge that you can gain in your 20s will help you just to propel through your 30s, 40s.
Absolutely, man.
The rest of your life. Yeah,
learning those skills, man, is huge.
That's huge. Awesome,
dude. That's awesome. So where are you at right now with your bench?
Bench wise, we're here at 305.
305 for reps?
305, yeah.
Nice.
Trying to get to 315 for reps.
315, okay.
So we'll see how that goes. We got about 2 months left.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good. You can push it then. You can push it then. Are you trying to like bulk up and get bigger? Or are you?
Yeah, so typically until about like mid-February, into February, I'll try to do a bulk.
Nice.
And then I'll try to do like a cut for the summer.
Nice.
Yeah.
How big are you into fitness? I see you post a good amount of videos on
so I mean, I was always into athletics. I played basketball my life growing up, and then I played football. I played football a little bit at Coastal Carolina, and it's just working out was always something that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
And now that I'm in real estate, it's just a great way to get escape,
Yeah, absolutely.
Get in the gym, get after it, and just kind of, it's good for your mental clarity too.
Huge, man.
One thing I've really been doing is taking ice baths. So I've got a little morning routine in the morning. I like to do an ice bath.
Where do you do that? Do you have one at your house or nice?
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. I like it. It really helps you wake up in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Joe Rogan does that. He's big on that ice bath and sauna mix.
Funny.
It's huge. Have you done Mind Zero? Have you heard of that?
I have not tried that out, but I've heard about it in Myrtle Beach. Have
you
been to it?
Yeah, I've done it a few times, man. It's like, I would say it's like a more comprehensive massage. Like after you're done there, you feel just fresh.
Yeah.
Like ready to go. You feel like you're on cloud nine. Remy's in the studio with us. He did it with me, and he hated it. But it's definitely a challenge. You go in there. That's the other good side of it is you go in, and that's why you feel so good afterwards.
Of course.
It's the same thing with like those cold baths. I'm trying to implement a cold shower just because after I do that, one, my body feels great.
Yeah.
But two, the rest of the day, I'm like, I know that's the hardest thing I'll do all day. Or close to it.
Yeah, one great quote that I find is, on the other side of struggle is a lot of gain. You gain a lot of whatever. Either it's, on the other side of working out, struggle, you're going to gain muscle. If you go through, mental pain, you're going to gain some knowledge from it.
Yeah.
So
pushing yourself in the gym and through the mental stuff is huge. Usually for me, from what I've seen, is like pushing myself on the physical side helps me get through the mental side. Training that muscle of overcoming.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, the mind, you just have to battle the mind every single day.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's definitely tough.
Yeah, man. So
none of this is easy, man, no matter what you do. It's hard being broke. It's hard being rich.
Dude, I wish, but I was thinking about it. I'm like, let me ask you this. If you could pay, so what you're making right now, right? If you could pay somebody to take over everything you do on the work side, and then you're still making the same amount of money, would you do it?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
You would?
I think once you get to a point, you value your time over money.
Yeah.
As far as that, I mean, like.
Oh, dude, you broke it. I thought you were gonna say no. I was going for the no, but my point was, but you're absolutely right. My point was like it's definitely a grind and a struggle every day. But I think we have to go through it.
As far as the process goes,
we got to go through it, right?
No,
yeah,
I would
you want
not
to give up on the process.
Yeah, I would not, take that route out of the process because you have to go through the process every single day.
You have to, man.
And it's what makes you better, because you learn knowledge. Everything's a learning experience, whether it was the best experience or the worst experience.
Yeah, taking it all in, man, and just learning.
Yeah, this too shall pass. If you're on the top of the mountain, congratulations. But this too shall pass. Right. If you're at the bottom of the valley, this too shall pass. You just got to go through it, man.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. That's a huge part. I've learned that a lot, man. Is you just gotta settle in.
Yeah.
Just settle in. It's tough. Just get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
but,
definitely.
But you learn so much and you grow so much. Yeah. So
just like, everything's tough in life,
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard being
good.
overweight. It's hard on your joints. It's hard being in shape. It's hard being a successful business owner. Like you were thinking about maybe giving up your first year.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
Now I'm like, thank God, man.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that I didn't. You know what I mean? Because I'm going after what I want and kind of my goals, and I couldn't see it another way. I had to get through that. So,
Dude,
absolutely.
Awesome.
What else is going on? Any other big developments in the future coming forward?
Eventually, so like my 10 to 15 year goal is I want to be invested in condo complexes.
Nice.
I feel like that's going to be your best return on investment. Whenever everything's the same, you can just streamline the process. So whenever you own a bunch of different houses, it's great, but you've got a bunch of different appliances, you've got a bunch of different fixtures, so the handyman has to go there, check it out, go back to the store.
Those service fees, man, they will kill you. They'll charge you $100, even if it's the same time, and they're hitting multiple places. They're going to hit you with $100-$150 a place. So
yeah. But if you got a condo complex, you can have the same fixtures. One handyman, he knows how to fix the entire building.
If you got enough, you could probably just hire a maintenance guy to be there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, one head maintenance guy and just take care of it. So I think that's a good plan, in the future.
Absolutely.
But I mean, right now it's just getting better every single day, trying to figure out what I can do to get to the next level. Once you get to the next level, you have to set another one and go after it.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah, dude. Like I said, man, I commend you for everything. I think you're killing it. I hope we can hang out more and kind of connect better and get this Bible study group going. I think that'd be awesome for the community too. But
I agree too, man. I love it though. I love it that we're so young. We're invested in this community and we're gonna see it through. I mean, imagine 20 years how it's gonna be.
Oh, it's gonna. I can't even imagine. Like I'm a pretty visionary type. I feel like and kind of creative and imaginative, but. Dude, I can't even guess. They say you overestimate what you can do in 1 year, but you way underestimate what you can do in 5.
Yes.
And I think about that a lot. I'm like, and that excites me because I'm
definitely.
like, oh my God, what's coming?
Yeah.
What's coming?
The future's bright, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, you just got to continue going through it. Whatever you're going through, you just got to go through it.
Yeah, you just got to fight through it. Well, awesome, dude. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, brother.
It was good, man. I hope we can do it again. I mean, I feel like we could have talked about a million different things.
Yeah, so we're definitely have to do another episode.
We'll have to, dude. We'll have to. So I appreciate you. If they want to find you, if they're looking for listing their home, maybe looking at buying something, how do they get a hold of you?
So my Instagram account is Joshua Derrick Real Estate. Other than that, you can reach out to me anytime, 843-446-9648.
Perfect.
Reach out to me. Love to help you guys out, real estate related or not. I'm your guy.
Let's go. Reach out to him, man. Connect.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Keep tuning in. We're going to keep these episodes going. I love the momentum. So I think episode 8 is next. And thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe.